Have you guys heard about the Omotoso trial? You guys know nothing. It's
The one
this
that's been
pastor.
trending on
Exactly,
Twitter.
he's been trending on Twitter. It's this pastor who rapes young girls. You see, and what really angers me is that there are actual black women who are actually supporting this pastor after he's raped so many young girls. See, I'm tired of how society always likes to blame the women when it comes to rape, right? It actually reminds me of this story that I think fits perfectly what is happening right now. In South Africa, every 8 hours, a woman is killed. And at least half of these women are killed by their intimate partners. Mrs. Kitchen says that she saw Martha come out of her house last night, dressed in a red blood dress that draped over her flawless body as she disappeared into the night. Not knowing that she was dressed for a date with death. She says she didn't see the face of the man who opened the door of the car for her, but he was dressed in a black and shiny tuxedo, and admits he seemed like a true gentleman. Of course, this was not the first time Martha had gone out with this unknown man, but little did she know that this time it was an endless date. Martha has been missing for weeks now, and today her lifeless, battered, bruised body was found flanked on the banks of an unknown river. She was covered in wounds that oozed red blood. She had been killed in cold blood. There were no fingerprints on her body. It was a clean job, they said, and on her funeral they all came. They talked about how Mother always smiled when she said hi, but because they were cowards, they didn't talk about the truth. That we live in a society that tells women not to get killed, but don't tell men not to kill. We live in a society that tells women not to get raped, but don't tell men not to rape. We give women self-tips on how to see when they're being abused, but not tips to men on how to see when they're being abusive. We give tips to women on how to see or how to escape an abusive relationship, but don't give tips to men on how to escape the cage that some live in. The cage of anger that can only be escaped by violence. They pretended like Martha was killed by a stranger, by a big bad wolf that was hiding in the woods and just pounced on her, but this guy opened car doors for her. Martha was a beautiful and graceful woman, and with that same poise, she walked into death. Linda told herself that this time she would leave. She was a perfect example of that sometimes it's not as simple as living. When your mind is chained, your feet can walk. And on that fateful night, with her bags packed near her bed, her husband came home. Linda was buried during the night. And this time, they talked about how Linda liked her house clean and you would never find a stain on her couch, but they didn't talk about the truth. That we say to girls that when boys are being mean to them, it means that they love them. That when you talk to males about women violence, they'll say, if it was my sister or if it was my mother, as if it's only okay to pay attention to women violence if it's happening to one of your own.
Oh, babe!
That's what I was talking about.
I've read this before.
Exactly.
They're already told stories. The stories are told, They say he was her lover. It's making headlines all day on your English channel. Those dinner by the candlelights, the whispers of sweet nothings every night, lip bites, not forgetting corpses drowned in a pool of blood. Can somebody please tell me what love is? Because all I know is how blind it is, how delightful it is, and all these glitz and glamour, but nobody ever told me how to kill. And I hear another story of a woman like holding her dead baby and giving out her heart. Yesterday we dug a hole for another one. We have all her delicate hands. Hold her love. Can somebody please tell me what love is? Because I'm certain this is not the first time we've heard another scream from the deep forest of your neighborhood. Breaking up the following morning with the story of dripping blood between her legs, the splitted legs, and the missing body part. They blame it on the taunting word, saying it's the acts of our bodies that can trigger them to unleash that. So what are we? The triggers. Of the very same guys that they tie tightly on their backs waiting for the day you get your strength and say enough is enough, but you know you will make it out the door alive because burial has already been planned. You know, doing mental calculations of insurances, having those rands is another way to upload themselves for all the pain that they put you through. And the flowers, the roses that you never get, even if it's your birthday, are reserved in stores, waiting to be displayed on your tombstone and to cover their stinking sands of stone cold and rotten hearts. And the stories to say how hurt they are while crying those crocodile tears were prepared from the minute you poured your heart and said, don't think and thin, I will stand by your side. It may sound stupid, we know, but we won't blame you. Nobody predicts the future. Kanyuro suited your heart and confirmed your self-heaven, which turned out to be hell, where your mind was corkscrewed until it's given it fashion. Fear became your comfort zone, and thereafter, they threw you right into ashes where you burnt until the last oxygen you had ran out. See, these are the stories that have been told. The solutions are jotted in bold, yet more victims are making their way up to statistics. We wear this Stop Abuse petition just to make it to Twitter trends. We showed concerns just to flow to the internet net, and by the time the damage has already been done, these stories, they have been told. The solutions are jotted in bold, yet more victims are making their way up to statistics. And I'll be honest and say, I never knew her. And not even with that I followed her, but trust me. When the ECG made a straight line, I searched for her high and low, corner to corner, because I wanted to see if the problem was being followed. But to my surprise, a woman with 1,000 of followers, but none of them was there when she held a sachet of poison with her hand while typing her suicide notes. The world didn't care us, because all you did was send out cards as thanks for entertainment. These are the stories that have been told. The solutions are jotted in bold, yet more victims are making their way up to statistics.
Funny. Very, very funny. In actual fact, I am tired of society saying that women are victims. Women also play a part in this game. Now listen, black women. A wise man once told me in high priority that nothing in this world is ever a mistake. The moment your mother brought you into this earth, the very first steps you take with or without her, that first day at school, the people that come and go into your life, nothing is ever a glitch. It is either it is supposed to happen or you let it happen. The female organs in me have discovered the great loss of intellect in the generation of girls brought up in this day and age. You know, the modernized society of women, we call them. Status updates that read, I got pregnant by mistake, and a minute later, another black woman has mistakenly cheated on her lawyer lover. What is this world becoming? If our very own black women will wake up, take a shower, and the whole entire time the warm water's dripping down her soft skin, she didn't think to realize that the visit she's about to make to her mistake is an utter disgrace if she'll come back home to another loving man who's ready to leave the rest of the world for her filthy heart. The world may go on and say that men are trash. That's all good. But women are the filthiest dirt there ever is. At least men have owned up to their mistakes. They